Would you believe that nearly every category of proficiency read here tonight in the sixth session of the 2022 National FFA Convention had an Ohio FFA member in it? That's hard to do, and it's harder still to win. Joining me now, one of those winners, Hallie Miller, Small Animal Production and Care winner at the national level for her proficiency. Hallie, how does it feel?
It's very surreal, Joel. I am just at almost a loss for words. I've worked hard. I've been supported by so many great mentors along the way, but still it does not feel, it's just very surreal.
Well, you're whisked off stage and they're brought back here to do interviews with us, and several interviews, might I add, so it's good to have you here. And it's good to see you again after those years ago you were being a student reporter, and we know you're a hard worker. Tell us about the work that goes into this proficiency.
Absolutely. So I breed and market Border puppies, which is a mix of a Border Collie and a Poodle. So they're super smart and super cute. And so I sell them to families all across the United States. And I feel like I really have my customers to thank for the success of my business. And I'm so indebted to them and their trust of me as I breed and market their puppies. I do a lot with genetic testing, with early neurological stimulation, and just a whole really well-rounded curriculum to really make sure that I'm producing that best pet.
I think it's easy to think about, oh, there's a litter being born or this. No, we're talking some serious numbers here. Give us some details.
Definitely. I feel like a lot of people think of the dog industry as I'm just cuddling puppies and everything is rainbows and sunshine. But unfortunately, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. So I've been in it for 5 years now, and I've produced 88 puppies over that span. And I'm really excited to see where the future takes me. And I'm just so excited for where I am tonight as well.
What have you learned in that time when you look back and say, I didn't know this, or I have come this far? What comes to mind?
Absolutely. Whenever I started out, I wanted to be a nurse. And so now I've been a complete 360 and I want to go into marketing and sales. And I feel like those are two great areas that this project has really taught me. That customer service, that building the relationships so much, even the science behind the breeding and making sure that, you have a successful stud with semen and you have well-bred and genetic tested females. So it's just so exciting. And I'm just very thankful to everyone at Ohio FFA and all across the nation for their support.
What's your future hold?
I actually accepted an internship at the J.M. Smucker Company last week. So they, a lot of people don't realize this, but they have a lot more like dog food than they sell than their jams and jellies. So I will be working as a brand manager with their dog food companies, and I'm very looking forward to it.
Any advice for younger FFA members? See you up on stage, see the success that you have, see the knowledge that you've gained. What would you tell them? Say, you can do this too.
Absolutely. I would tell them that I was in their shoes not too long ago. And I would also encourage them to reach out and find those experts, whether you're competing in a CDE, whether you're in an SAE like I am. There's always mentors and there's always people that are there to provide encouragement and their knowledge, and really cannot go wrong. You can never have too many connections.
Small Animal Production and Care National Proficiency winner, Hallie Miller, here at the 2022 National FFA Convention. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
The next national winner of the Proficiency Contest from the 6th General Session of the 2022 National FFA Convention, Nathaniel McCandlish, joining us. Turf grass management is his proficiency, and he hails from the Fairfield Union FFA chapter. First of all, Nathaniel, congratulations. Tell us about your proficiency.
Thank you. My proficiency is my business that I started while I was in high school, McCandlish Lawn and Landscape LLC. My business it ballooned into something that a lot of people had never seen before. A high school kid with other kids on payroll, just full time, keeping those kids busy through the week, and constantly staying busy.
Did you have any previous experience in this industry, or did you say, hey, I see an opportunity and I'm going to get started? And from what I understand, you own and operate it completely yourself.
Yes. From a young age, my parents told me that I needed to work for what I wanted. So like any kid, I started mowing yards, and from there, I guess people liked what I did, so I just started getting more and more yards until it ballooned into a full-service landscape company.
And it continues today?
I dissolved it to continue my plans with college.
And tell us about those plans.
So right now I'm pursuing a degree in turfgrass science, and from there I'd like to continue to work in the turfgrass field.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what is sort of your career aspirations?
As of right now, I just like to pursue something in the turfgrass area. I know I have a real passion for it. And whether that be going back into my landscaping business or not, I don't know yet.
But a passion that was kindled through your involvement in this proficiency.
Oh, absolutely. Outside of this proficiency, I had no experience with turfgrass, and everything that I learned and everything that I built was all self-taught.
What would you say to those younger FFA members out there that look at your success? You have ran a business, you've decided to dissolve it and go on to find a further career in that field because you've learned so much. What would you tell FFA members that want to achieve the same?
Never give up. If you want something, get it. And anybody that tells you can't, success is the biggest kind of slap in their face.
That's great advice. Joining us here, talking about their turfgrass management proficiency win, Nathaniel McCandlish of the Fairfield Union FFA. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the third proficiency winner from Ohio here in the 6th general session of the 2022 National FFA Convention in the vegetable production area, Griffin Craig Gillmor, the Lakota FFA chapter. First of all, Griffin, congratulations to you. Tell us about how you're feeling and the proficiency.
Like I told my ag teacher probably 5 minutes ago, I told her, I think my heart rate's finally going back to normal. Just up there on stage, your heart's beating out of your chest. You're like, oh man, I don't know. Did I do enough? And then you hear your name called and it's like, boom, just big adrenaline rush. And
yeah, blinded by the lights, rushed off stage. Now you got to do 20 interviews backstage, right? Let's talk about that proficiency of yours. What all does it entail and your history in it?
So basically all my life, our farm has dealt with vegetable crops, whether it be sugar beets, cabbage, kale, peppers, and pickles. But mainly now, and through the majority of my SAE that I did for the production, it was cabbage, kale, peppers, and pickles. Mainly now we just do the peppers and pickles, but basically we begin middle of May, late May, we'll plant our pickles and transplant our peppers. And then by the 4th of July, the pickles are usually ready to harvest. And for that, we'll use a custom-built 120-foot conveyor belt pulled behind a tractor to hand-pick those. And we'll bulk load them and ship them out to Bloomdale, Ohio, which they eventually go to Bowling Green, where they'll be shipped out wherever pickles are needed for Mount Olive or Vlasic, just anywhere, kind of like a broker deal. And then peppers, we'll usually begin those about the first or second week of August, and those usually last until the frost or the places start getting backed up with peppers and they don't need very many. Same way with that, we have a 115-foot custom-built conveyor, and that one is actually self-propelled. And we'll use that to bulk load the peppers into boxes, and we'll ship those out to New Jersey, Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina, and then Wisconsin for the pickles. So we're spread across 5-6 states shipping stuff out. And the way that we do that is we'll bring them from the field in those boxes, and we actually have a refrigeration system at our farm, and we'll put them in there, get them cooled down to about 40, 42 degrees Fahrenheit, and that way they can keep longer while we're waiting on semis. The stuff that we bring in never usually sits there more than 2-3 days at the most, and by that time it's on a truck heading to its destination for processing. So we're kind of just the middleman where we'll pick what the company needs, store it in our barn to make sure it's fresh for the consumer, and we'll send it off to the processing plant from there.
Well, we talk so much about corn, soybeans, wheat in Ohio. It's great to talk about some vegetable production. What was 2022 like?
I would say it wasn't very, very bad, but I mean, it had, as all crops go, it's had its ups and downs, but I'd say it was a very productive year. We just wrapped up peppers probably 3 weeks ago with that first frost there. It kind of put those to an end, and pickles was a pretty decent year. Hauled about 2 semi-loads a day of pickles off of that field for, I'd say a month and a half maybe. So it really adds up quick. I try to explain the logistics to people, and like my friends, for example, they come over to my house and they see a hamper of pickles or a hamper of peppers that weigh 20 pounds, where I'm seeing and handling upwards of 150,000 pounds of peppers a day. So I don't know, I just like seeing people get amazed by like what we do and how it's all done. I think it's really neat to teach people. I love teaching people about what we do.
Well, I'm amazed just sitting here learning about it from you myself. Now, when you have a problem on the farm around harvest time, do you say, well, we're in quite a pickle?
Yeah.
No? Okay, that was bad. I'm sorry. Now, continuing on from there, what does your future hold?
I hope to take over the farm someday and work alongside my dad and my uncle like I already do. And like I told the other reporter over there, main reason I wanted to start this whole vegetable production thing was my grandpa. He actually kind of lit the fire of agriculture inside of me, I would say. I always did everything with him. Mowing yards, moving tractors, anything. I always did everything with him, and he really led me to want to do agriculture. So I definitely say shout out to him. But
I've been asking all the Proficiency Award winners the same thing to wrap it up. What would you tell a younger FFA member out there who sees you crossing stage in that proficiency area and says, I want to have their success someday? What would you tell them?
it is worth the work. Anything that you do, put your time, put your effort into it, because in the end, if you really do it right and sit down and take your time, it all pays off really good. So I'd definitely say, the SAE, everybody doesn't like the writing part of that. I mean, I was there in 9th grade. I was like, I don't want to write this. But looking back now, I'm really glad that I took the time and put in the hours and put in all the subjects and stuff into that. So I'd definitely say take your time.
Very good. The work pays off in the field, and the work pays off on stage as well. As you know, Griffin Craig Gillmor, member of the Lakota FFA chapter, winner in the National Proficiency area for vegetable production. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for joining us here on the Ohio AgNet and Ohio's Country Journal from the 2022 National FFA Convention.
We are Wilmington College,
where agricultural experience and learning meet.
The leadership and personal development skills I learned in FFA have allowed me to excel in the classroom and in our campus community.
Out of four-year institutions, Wilmington College provides our students with the most hands-on experience starting year one at the academic farm.
At Wilmington College, the farm is our lab.
Because of Wilmington College, I have grown as a person, professional, and leader.
I've been able to further my education as a first-generation college student.
We are Wilmington College. Hands-on learning, hands-on living.